Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all enjoying the snow because we have a lot out there. All right, so we're going to go right through the satellite and radar. I'm going to talk to you about the timing and how much snow you can expect for today. So if you have any questions, comments, snow reports, you can drop them, the snow reports, into the comments, and we'll get to the comments throughout the video. And if you do want to take a close look at the snow map or any of the timing or details after this, you can find me on Facebook. It's Emily Santom WGME, or on Instagram, Emily Santom WX, or Emily WGME on X. So, all right, let's get into it. Rangeley, we are tracking lots of snow. A couple of our webcams around the area stopped snowing, and I think it may be lightly raining a bit of Ferd, but temperature's still running into the 20s. Still snowing in Rangeley, Mount Agamaticus. It seemed to have quieted down right now. And of course, over at Marshall Point, looks like it's just simply raining. Happy snowy Tuesday, Travis. All right. Probably an inch in Leamington. That is good to know. Now that we're taking a look at our snow map, of course, we're tracking 5 to 9 inches all across the interior. It's going to be a light and fluffy snow. And then towards the immediate coastline, we'll be tracking some rain and snow, back to rain, back to snow, a little bit of an icy commute. I'm going to go through the whole spiel here, and then we're going to get to the comments at the end. So 1 to 3 inches towards the mid-coast, pushing down towards southern Maine and the seacoast. 3 to 6 inches in the southern portion of the Portland area. Inner areas of Portland, 5 to 9 inches. And then we'll be tracking 8 to 12 inches of snow. That is going to be over towards southern Oxford County. Interior York County is same for Cumberland County. Think about Porter. What other areas are over there? Leamington, Limerick, I believe. What other spots are over there? Porter, Acton, Shapley. We also have Cornish, Baldwin, Parsonsfield, Limerick, Maplewood, Newfield, West Newfield, probably getting around 8 to 12 inches of snow. It's coming down pretty hard in Canton. Of course, we still have this winter storm warning in effect. That has been in effect since 8 o'clock this morning, running through 4 a.m. tomorrow. Those are the same spots that were highlighted with a winter storm watch yesterday. Those have now been upgraded to a winter storm warning. Winter weather advisory, that's for the mountains of Maine and New Hampshire up towards northern Maine. 8 a.m. this morning through 4 a.m. Wednesday. So let's take a look at our satellite and radar. The Maine event is now approaching. It will be continuing all the way through midnight tonight. Of course, we're tracking lots of snow moving down towards the coastline. Looks like some heavier bands moving through maybe Lewis and Auburn right now. It's 10:40. Your tracking temperature is sitting into the 20s. Teens up towards northern New Hampshire here. 19 degrees in Berlin, 10 degrees on Mount Washington. Lots of heavy snow. Looks like we are tracking a little bit of some heavy snow up towards Bangor. Over near Lincoln, Danforth, tracking a little bit of heavy snow moving through there. And then potentially near Sebago Lake, we're tracking some snow. I saw the Naples Skycam, and the roads look a little rough over there. All right, this is an interesting map. This has been showing me the snowfall rates throughout the morning. Looks like a lot of snow is coming down up towards Springfield. Let's see what the snowfall rate is over there. I believe it should be 1. Wow. Snowfall rate over in Springfield, Maine is 1.4 inches an hour. They're going to get a good amount of snow right now. Looks like we are tracking a little bit of a band in those same exact spots that are seeing between 8 to 12 inches today. Greg says not snowing in South Portland. Looks like it stopped. Snowing pretty good in Alfred from Jeff. believe this is around 0.4. Oh, 0.6. Good amount of snow moving through southern Maine here, all across the interior. All right, so now that we're tracking good amount of snow, visibility is pretty rough. Sanford about 9 miles. That's because it's not snowing there right now. 1 mile up in Lewiston, very, very low visibility across New Hampshire and Vermont, 1.25 in Augusta. Let's talk about the timing, then I'll go back to the satellite and radar. Of course, snow is probably going to become its heaviest this afternoon into the evening commute. If you have to go out, be very, very careful. We're tracking some fluffy snow across the interior, fluffy dry snow. So when the winds pick up out of the northeast around 20 to 25 miles per hour, snow will be blowing all over the road. I think I-95 is going to be classic snow weather on the drive here. Classic snow driving. Classic driving in the snow weather. That's I-95. Route 1, though, towards the coastline. That's where it gets a little suspicious. That's because we're tracking a rain-snow line. We're probably going to see some heavy, wet snow there. That's probably where we're going to see our most power outages. Let's see if CMP is reporting anything. Outage. In Cumberland County, there are 158 power outages, and they are all in Cape Elizabeth. They are all in Cape Elizabeth. Snow in Holton. Nothing in Portland right now. Just wait. About an inch so far in Sabattis. Coming down hard in Livermore Falls. So yeah, going back to Route 1 this afternoon, we're going to see snow to start. And then we may transition the rain and mixed precipitation when the temperatures warm up a tad bit, and then switch right back to snow with below freezing temperatures. That's where you get some ice involved. So we're going to have to watch that very, very closely with those temps tonight. That's probably going to be more down towards York County there. Evening commute looks pretty rough. Pretty treacherous travel here. Should clear up by midnight or so, and some sun to return on Wednesday. Of course, wind speeds a little bit higher overnight. Then we're back at the snow map. So Portland, it should be expecting between, I would say, the southern portion. Think about, downtown, the old port, probably around 3 to 6 inches. There's a snow parking ban in effect at 10 p.m. tonight until I believe 6 a.m. tomorrow. On the northern side of Portland, we're talking the Falmouth side, up to Yarmouth, over to Windham, Gorham, upwards of 5 to 9. I think Portland's going to get a good 5 inches or so, maybe a little bit more. Let's go back to the satellite radar as I check out some of your comments. About an inch in Bowdoin. All right, let me pull up the satellite and radar. Let's actually pull up the Doppler. This may be a little bit better. Looks like we're tracking some pretty heavy snow moving over towards Wiscasset near Bowdoin, which is why you probably have an inch on the ground right now. Tracking some rain now. Here we go. Rain starting to move into Rockland. All right, this is where it's going to get a little gross. See, it doesn't surprise me right now that southern Maine doesn't have any precipitation falling. They're only supposed to get 1 to 3 inches. And then a little bit of a switch over. All right, let's pull the snow map back up. Someone just asked, what will Gorham get? Probably anywhere between 3 to 6 and 5 to 9 inches. I have the snow map up right now. Lewiston, Freiburg, Rangeley, Augusta, Bangor, Portland, and Sanford. Those are all visible on the map. So if you live anywhere around there, whatever those are in, that's how much you're going to get. You see 1 to 3 on the mid-coast, down towards York, Kittery, Elliott, Maine, probably 1 to 3 inches. Cape Elizabeth, 3 to 6. Casco, probably 5 to 9. Gorham, 5 to 9. Auburn, Lewiston, 5 to 9. Hotspots, though. East Parsonfield, Baldwin, Hiram, Brownfield. Parsonfield, I mentioned that. Newfield, West Newfield, Shapley, Limerick, Waterboro. Could be flirting with the 8 to 12. Effingham, New Hampshire, Freedom. Porterfield. East Baldwin, Leamington. Hollis. Hollis looks like it's 5 to 9. Someone asked about Lewis and Auburn, 5 to 9. Sabatis, 5 to 9. Saco, probably 3 to 6. Brunswick, maybe 5 to 9. Looks like it could be 5 to 9. Leamington could get into the 8 to 12. Looks like Leamington could kind of get away with the 5 to 9. Bath, 5 to 9, maybe 3 to 6, depending on where you live. Snow coming down very steady. This is good to know. Thank you, Bonnie, for saying that. Really good way to interpret how much snow you're going to get for people asking. Look for a major city that's near, because I won't be able to get to all the comments here. Look for a major city that is near your town or city and go off of that. Lewiston area, all snow. Great question, Jay. This will be winding down overnight, around or after midnight. The evening commute is going to be very rough. Think about it. This is our first winter storm. We got to get back into the groove of things with driving in the winter weather. I-95 is going to be just classic driving in the snow, especially across the interior. When you get down to Portsmouth, though, down towards York, the Sanford exit too, Saco, that's where it could get a little crazy just because we're tracking a little bit of some mixed precipitation and rain there. Elliott's going to get 1 to 3. Westbrook, probably 5 to 9. I'll see if any local storm reports are coming in. I will also be here at noon on CBS 13. And then I believe that Charlie will be doing another digital studio this afternoon. Looks like snow's starting to get back into southern Maine here. Denmark, Brownfield, where I'm at, already an inch in Denmark. Snow. The only spots that are going to be getting any sort of rain will be maybe far, far southern Maine near Elliott and York and along the mid-coast. It's going to be mostly along the coastline, which is where you see the less snowfall amounts. Let's see if there's any snow reports. There are no snow reports yet. I'm going to pull up the satellite radar again. Looks like some heavy snow is coming down right here. anyone's located in the circled area, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you're seeing. I think someone was in Auburn here. Just north of Wiscasset, it looks pretty active. Actually, let's look for some of our webcams. Flurries in Bangor. Okay. Let's go up to Bethel. Actively snowing in Bethel. What about Berlin, New Hampshire? Snow. Let's see what's going on in Acadia. Acadia has a little bit of some action going on. What about Mount Katahdin? Oh, this one's broken right now. Moosehead Lake. Wyndham has some snow. Check out the power outages again. Cumberland County has the most at 158. Let's go down to Freiburg. Freiburg has some active snow. What about Carabasset Valley? The ski resorts will be happy. Lots of snow coming down in Carabasset Valley. What about Oxford? Did I show Bethel? I think I did. Maybe Rangeley. Rangeley has a lot of snow coming down. There we go. Biddeford, it looks like it's lightly snowing again in Biddeford. So snow is re-entering. What about Mount Agamaticus? Looks like it may be snowing there. Marshall Point, nothing. All right, let's go back to our satellite radar. Snow is now moving back in. Good idea. If you could work from home today, that'd be great. All right. I want to quickly show the snow map. Remember that hot spot over in southern Oxford County, interior York and Cumberland County? They get to 12. It's right here. Now check this out. Looks like a band's starting to set up in that region. Right here. Near Naples. Naples has been looks pretty rough over there. So I get started on the snow again in Biddeford, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. There's that rain snow line. It's getting a little too close. The minute this moves inland, it's going to get gross. It's going to be some snow down there. Then it's going to start raining, mixed precipitation, not fun. If you have any weather-related comments, too, you can always email us at weather@wgme.com. We check it daily. We'll have the answer for you there. Also, the snow map is posted on my Facebook page, Emily Santom WGME, just Emily WGME on X. Then on Instagram is Emily Santom WX. So I have some of our graphics up there. All right. We're going to have another update in about an hour at noon. I'm going to be outside on the Eldridge Lumber weather deck, I believe. So we'll get live coverage there. Then we'll have more updates again later on this afternoon and then this evening. So thank you guys for watching. Send us your snow reports. Remember, it's weather@wgme.com.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13 and Fox 23. Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels. Thank you for watching.